isn't it kind of frustrating how, like, yeah, I mean, you were never going to have dynasties like they had back then because the salary cap kind of prevents that. But Niner fans want great quarterback play. And every time Jed York hires a coach, the first thing the coach says is like, we're going to run the ball. It's like, come on. Okay, can we please pass the ball? Can we please pass the ball? Like, we invented passing the ball. We freaking invented I'm just saying, we modernized it.
I mean, we always had a good defense. Defense wins championship, but you got to pass the ball, and, let's get some, yak guys are cool, but, getting guys that can catch the ball and run good routes and have a little finesse. I mean, that's cool too. But,
49ers football is passing to set up the run.
Right.
I mean, what York football is Midwest running to set up the pass. Like, no. Bill Walsh showed us the way in 1979. But here we are.
Here we are.
It's funny. Chip Kelly and Kyle Shanahan have the same philosophy. Kyle Shanahan goes slow. He huddles up. Mm-hmm. He does motion. Chip Kelly goes very fast. No huddle, no motion. But essentially, they want to run the ball. Jim Harbaugh wanted to run the ball. Mike Nolan wanted to run the ball. Mike Singleton, because that's what Jed wants to do, because he grew up in Youngstown. He's probably a Bears fan at heart. That's my rant.
Well, yeah, because like you're saying, the cold weather teams, we're not a cold weather team. That's what cold weather teams do, is run the football.
That's what they do. And it's great. You got to be balanced. But I feel like Jed wants to just run the ball. It's like, no, right. You got to pass it sometime. Can we get a bit? And we're over here talking about who's a better quarterback, Alex Smith or Jimmy Garoppolo. Man, are those the only options? These are the 49ers.
Oh, my God. So the Alex Smith and Colin Kaepernick battles, and so then we got the Trey Lance and the Jimmy Garoppolo battles. Yeah. And that's another thing I wanted to say is, when they kept Jimmy, not that I hate Jimmy, but when they kept Jimmy, it was the writing was on the wall that they were going to get Trey hurt. And, that they really
that they were going to use him irresponsibly. They were going to use him without conscience. Yeah,
that's right. They had a backup plan, and so when
it almost kind of foreshadowed how they were going to use him. Like, hey, we don't really feel that great about passing based on what just happened, so we're going to run a lot at first to win games, and there's this inherent risks that comes with that. So might as well keep Jimmy and just say that. That's kind of how it feels in retrospect, right? Hey, here's the game plan for week 1. Let's keep Jimmy.
All the fans were saying, I'm not all the fans, but we were all saying, let's not run him between the tackle. Let's not have another Arizona game. And then they kept Jimmy. They had a backup plan. They ran him through the, in the tackles. And they're doing the same thing with Christian McCaffrey, keeping him in the fourth quarter. I was yelling at my TV. I was like, what are you guys doing? Get him out of there, and it was just, and then Kyle, the national reporters are even asking him, or the local reporters were asking him, hey, why were you guys running Christian? And he gets defensive and
because we almost lost that game to Detroit. Dude, you have Jeff Wilson Jr. on the team. He just was averaging 8 yards a carry last week, and now you don't trust him? Oh, because he fumbled that one. But Christian fumbled in this game twice.
That's right.
In the same game.
It's great. I think people are watching you, and the questions that keep on being asked are getting, Kyle's getting more and more serious questions. People are starting to question him. And it's funny
he's got a 2-week reprieve because he beat the Rams and he's got a bye week. But he better beat the Chargers or else all the questions come back.
That's right. And we're such a yo-yo as fan base. 1 week we lose, it's the end of the world. Next week we win, and all of a sudden we're going to the Super Bowl.
But to be fair to the fan base, doesn't it feel like that's kind of like what happens when you're rooting for a good team that's kind of poorly coached? When they win, it's like, boom, okay, they're back on track. And they lose, it's like, are you kidding me? Kyle, it's the Falcons. Like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's kind of fair. That's kind of, it's not year one. It's not like, hey guys, let's be patient. They just started. Like, no, they changed the culture. These are all their players. They made all the trades and draft picks they needed, and this is what they have. It's like 4-4. Okay, great. If you could turn around and get it right from here, great. But if you lose to the Chargers, it's fair to be like, I'm losing confidence.
Well, it's really going to depend on whether or not the other team wants to catch those interceptions or not. I mean, you know,
The Rams didn't feel like it this week. They just didn't feel like it. Ramsey was like, "No, you win."
Yeah, Ramsey, I love seeing him getting clowned. He's so feisty, and he always does a little extra after every play. So to see him get bulldozed by Debo and just totally miss that interception, it's kind of fun to see as a fan.
The fact that Ramsey repeatedly gets into little things with Robbie Gould, the kicker, more than once, in multiple games, I think NFC Championship game too. It must mean that the Niners are in his head somehow. The kicker,
yeah. The Niners are in the Rams' head, definitely.
Whatever Robbie's doing, keep doing.
He's got a little extra for everybody, though. When he tackles somebody, he'll flip the leg up or do crazy stuff like that. But
I played baseball growing up. Not that I was great at it, but the way I always felt, you know, in Little League and in high school, like if there's something on the other team that some player didn't like, do that. Keep doing that. Take him out of the game. I mean, take his head out of the game. You're not breaking rules. Like remember when Alex Rodriguez walked over the mound and Dallas Braden lost it and was like, "Get off my mound!" That was 10 years ago. If I were Alex Rodriguez or on the Yankees, we would have just walked over the mound every single. Like, what are you gonna do about it, dude? Every single time, and you're pissed, and now you're mad. Okay, good. I want you to be mad because now you're not gonna play as well.
And how about the halfback pass? I mean, the Rams didn't know that was going to come again. I mean, that was just
how many in 2 games in no? Well, they didn't do it. They probably should have called it in the NFC Championship game. Dumb. It worked again.
Right.
All right, Frank. Hey, you calmed down and did really good. I knew you would. You were trying to run off the show. You did a good job.
Hey, thank you. Yeah, I got a lot of things to say, but you know, I'm gonna during the week. I always think, man, I'm gonna talk to Grant about this. I'm gonna talk about Grant about that. I never do, but I'm gonna start writing things down, and I'll be a little better prepared next time.
You were great, Frank. Don't apologize. You were phenomenal. Thank you. Good stuff.
All right, Grant.